Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena, and today we are celebrating historic Brawl. Actually the reason I'm choosing the deck I'm using right now is actually from one commenter. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, sorry for that skip. Shout out to Johan Michael Wong for suggesting. Well, his initial suggestion was actually Golos plus Shrines, but he kind of missed the boat where they banned Golos, so we're not exact. So we're probably going to be using Kenrith this time. Actually, we're not just using Kenrith here. Let's take a look. So Kenrith is here only because we have a huge dearth of five color commanders. Like, okay, let's, for reference. For reference, without Golos, which Def is everyone's number one option, the other options are Niv Mizzet, which doesn't exactly quite fit with our team. You'll see why. Joda, which, yeah, you could get him out, but it's very underpowered for what he does. And Tazri, okay, but also not on team. So that said, what was the other part of the suggestion? The suggestion was, well, Golos and Shrines. So we're running 10 shrines, including Sanctum of All. We're not running the one of White Sanctum. Every other shrine's on the board, so we got so it's like 10 out of 50 cards are shrines. So what does that leave us? Well, lots of mana fixing and card drawing. So Chromatic Sphere, Terrarion, you can drop those early. You only get the cards later when you actually sack them for mana. Golden Egg, Guild Globe, Prophetic Prism gives us a card much quicker. So we use these to help fix our mana. The deck is mostly white for the most part, so early game early game removal comes in the form of basically all these white enchantments. There's also a cast out here as well. So Baffling End, Seal Away, not Banishing Light, Prison Realm, Cast Out. As far as extra removal goes, we have Extinction Event if we need for a sweeper, Deafening Clarence, another sweeper, Oath of Kaya, an additional piece of early removal, same with Mythos of Nitroy. So it's mostly white. We are splashing a little bit of black, but not so much. Then Ominous Sun to buy us some time. The other weird one-offs are Setessan Champion and Thirst for Meaning, basically as a way to churn through, and Felidar Retreat to also buy us quite a bit of time. Oh yeah, we also have Solar Blaze as another board wipe of sorts. Now, but otherwise the plan is to just get about at least two or three initial shrines, try to get the advantage from there. Then hope to ride the wave and hit the rest of our stuff. Sanctum of All is actually good at getting stuff back from the graveyard, so this is pretty much one of the last ones we want to cast. I've seen enough removal to know that this matters. Speaking of removal, Calyx also kind of counts as removal as well. And don't worry if they've managed to get a bunch of them in the yard. We have Dance of the Mans to actually get quite a good number of these cards back. So this is literally our emergency option. Otherwise, it's really just the shrines. We have Jegantha as an emergency Kenrith is our main 5/5. Jegantha is an emergency 5/5. We're basically running additional 5/5s there. You'll notice that with the exception of the Pathways and the Triomes, all of our lands will at least produce white because that's pretty much the majority of our base as well. We have Meridian's Core and Aether Hub to give us emergency mana. And we also have a Field of the Dead as a way to... Because practically the only land we have two copies of is just the Plains. And there we go. That's our lineup here. So we're good. I've done a few test games. Some decks will fold to it. Some we have some game against certain decks. Our lack of creatures actually helps us out a bit. So we're gonna see how well this goes. We might be a bit removal heavy. We're actually lacking certain pieces of removal because we're running Jegantha. I'm doing it as a test. You might You might not really want the Jegantha, so feel free to just run. Feel free to just run more. So got Baffling, and no, we're definitely playing the Guild Globe, and this is the weakest shrine. And opponent playing Ashiok means not so many creatures. Well, I might be conflating the constructed deck with the regular one, but I'm definitely gonna give this one a mulligan. This one is much worse. I'm gonna actually take another mulligan. Okay, this one we're forced to keep now. So we probably want at least 3 lands. We need to have at least white and we need to have at least black. So, but we also have red here. So I'm actually gonna bin the Savai Triome. Also, Zagot gives us access to blue, which is a plus. If our opponent turns out to actually have a creature, we can just snipe it. Nope, so I'm gonna play this one first. So end of turn we have option for Thirster, meaning we can just discard the Kaya if we have to. So actually, yeah, I'll discard the Oath of Kaya. Opponent is probably holding on to counter spells, so I'm gonna be very careful with that. So let's run this out as red. Let's run out the Prophetic Prison. We basically want our opponent eventually has to play something first, so we're kind of waiting on our opponent to do that. So Lung Division into a Sublime Epiphany, but that's gonna take a while. Yeah, we know our opponent has a counter, so I'm actually gonna just bring the Jegantha out. Let's incentivize our opponent to actually play stuff. That Typhoon we can wait on it a bit. So we're closing. Opponent has a and a Narset, but we're not exactly drawing cards. I can play Escape actually. So I have to decide. I can try to bait our opponent with Escape. Opponent has to commit to Memory. Extinction Event, so that's... Let's see if our opponent has the Negate. No Negate. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we kind of hit too many lands here, but that's okay actually. So now we have the lands plan in case our... Well, we had the lands plan. We kind of had to force that anyway. We have... Well, we still have one more basic. That's pretty much our last basic already. Then again, that might... the opponent might still have Ghost Quarter, but at least we got that out of the way. So next turn... Ketria Triome, because that's also another one without more... don't have most of our colors. Thirst of Knowledge. I can bait our opponent to giving up the Shark token, which is fine. Oh, they did discard, so they want to reshuffle. So... let's attack first. I am incentivized to cast the Honden of Life's Web. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So actually, I might give up the Triomes. So we'll cast this first. If our opponent has a counter spell, that's fine. Getting it to dance in the man's territories works to our benefit. Okay, let's cast both of these. opponent might have a rat effect, which is, you know, kind of fine. First for knowledge, now digging for cards. We know our opponent has a live counter, so we have to... Well, we can't... So we probably should start pressuring our opponent first before we start casting stuff. We actually have multiple options. And because we have Dance, I don't mind some of our enchantments hitting the graveyard. No, opponent actually ditches the Sublime. Okay, so... Are they Arcane Signet? Are they having mana issues? Oh, they have 4 mana floating. Thoughtseize. They might, yeah, snipe the Dance. So, opponent already used up their Shark Typhoon, so... Let's snipe this one.
I was not prepared.
I'm gonna cast a Honden of Night's Reach. Start putting a little extra pressure on our opponent. Opponent probably has a counter spell, so we kind of want to get them out of our opponent's hand anyway. We have the Deafening Clarion if we need Tail's End counter target legendary. That's... Yeah, we have no outs to that. That's fine. One thing we can do is actually Prison Realm the Arcane Signet. But I suspect our opponent might have more... Might have other things. I suspect there might be an Ugin in our future. Thought Erasure, sure. I considered putting Hannah Ship's Navigator as a secondary way to get some enchantments back. But so far we've only lost 1 shrine. Well, we probably lost the best shrine against our opponent. Opponent ditches the Jegantha, which is expected. So the plan now is to pressure our opponent into using their stuff. I actually don't mind if our opponent casts Memory because it reshuffles some stuff back. But that might take a while. I could also just Deafening Clarion, get lifelink, though that's kind of a waste. Opponent is holding off on casting Ashiok. In which case, I'm also... Oh, I forgot to actually sack the Omen. So we're actually gonna cycle this first. And see what we get. Sacred Foundry, yeah, just play tapped. Opponent now cycling their stuff. They really need to hit their Extinction event, but even then... Opponent hits Scarab God. Which we probably will try to Extinction event. Opponent has about 4 mana. So we're definitely scrying. We don't exactly have counter spells, but we have plenty of removal options. So Sanctum of All is great. I kinda want to hit that, but in no real rush to do so. Also, exile target creature card from a graveyard. It's literally only Jegantha. So I'm gonna start with the Prison Realm. I'm gonna start with Prison Realm first. Opponent knows we have it, so I might as well use it. Exile. That's fine. We get a Chromatic Lantern that we don't want. I guess we use up the Banishing Light now. Take note, this is just 1 shrine. We hit another one, but we're kind of... Okay, Opponent now has a Crawling Barrens. Opponent now Memories. Ooh, that also reshuffles the Sanctum. We do hit the Dance, but we do hit another Honden, so that's a possibility. Opponent concedes. Looks like yeah, they did not hit the needed extinction event. So there you go. We got one quick win there. And that was a very scary matchup too, I'll be honest. Usually I hate Ashiok because it's a super control matchup. It's the gameplay style is already kind of obvious at that point. But it looks like Shrines can sometimes kick it. We'll see. We'll do a few other games here as well. So I really want to take Johan for suggesting this. I've had this in mind for the longest time, but every time I would build it, it would look horrible on paper. It's like, oh, my mana base is so horrible. Like, okay, I got the Shrines, but what exactly am I gonna run for support? I might be running too much support. I might be spreading myself too thin. Jumpstart adding some of the artifacts really helps. This one really does not help. We're taking a free mulligan. We have to mulligan aggressively here. That's a given. So yeah, we're keeping this one. 3 mana into an egg. We have Thirst for Meaning if we have to. So we have some early stuff. We don't really need to have a Triome early. We just need to have something to do early. Now opponent's playing Niv Mizzet, so this one is another annoying matchup. And they probably... So... lay the egg. That's some... basically, yeah, we need to start churning through cards. I am tempted to play out a Prison Realm or... well, for the boost it feels bad. I might just... but I would... okay, there's an Escape to the Wilds. So I kind of want to hit Thirst for Meaning. On the other hand, I also kind of want to hit Felidar Retreat. So you know what, I'm going to go for this one. Now, opponent has about 4 out of... well, they technically have all 5 colors, but not exactly ramping. They're not in a rush. It's in fact looking to be more... okay, more controlling in a sense. However, that Fires of Invention cannot stay. We are going to... Godless Shrine tap, Banishing Light. We can't play Prison Realm on that. Let's remember, we can't play Prison Realm on that. I would love to hit Felidar Retreat, but our opponent's going to get way too much advantage off this. Let's see what our opponent hits though. They know the only out is literally the Banishing Light. They might be tempted to take the Escape or the Felidar Retreat. The correct play is to just take the Banishing Light because that's that misses their Fires of Invention. Yep, that's correct. So I might actually consider hitting a Night of Autumn since I forgot that this exists reasonably well. I could just crack the egg now since I'm not exactly doing anything. Wait, it adds 1 mana of any color, sorry. Let's not do that. We might actually need it. Okay, Calyx has a problem where... I actually need to have an enchantment first. So we're gonna actually pay 2. Play the enchantment. No guarantees we hit the land, but we might... it's still better than nothing. Opponent has 2 4 mana spells to play. Okay, that's 1. The Spark. Okay, so the Calyx plan is slightly off board. Opponent's still missing white. Okay, now they have white mana again. So... I could just play the Calyx and search for an enchantment. But I'm gonna actually play the Guild Globe. Yeah, opponent hitting the removal early is annoying, but that's sometimes how it goes. I'm gonna actually pay the 2 life for this. I want to have the option to at least Thirst for Meaning, then maybe Prison Realm. Opponent can just pay actual mana. the only nice thing is that we can do stuff on our turn and not worry about our opponent responding. Okay, so opponent gets the cheapo with this end. Now, so actually based on those cards, our opponent's gonna miss the nickel bolas. Ooh, they only had 2 hits. So we're gonna discard. We hit a cast out, which is good. There's this. I'm actually gonna discard the Sanctum of Shattered Heights. So the first thing I want to do is nuke the Fires of Invention, so to force them to actually start paying mana. I also want to cast Escape, but... Okay, first let's cast... Okay, Scarab God, exile a creature. Neither graveyard has any, so that one's a bust right now. It's gonna take me a while to set up Calyx, so... I might just have to do this. I don't like it. I'm gonna take like what, 11? I'm gonna take 12 damage after next time. When it cycles, that's fine. That's their MO. Creates food token. Yeah. So if our opponent can't kill us quite yet, we can buy some time. But it's basically, but we do need to start hitting lands also. So we're taking 12. Opponent did not go for the Clarion. They don't realize that we don't exactly have creatures. Oh, they also whiffed a lot of cards, to be honest. Omnath, Locus of Creation. So this one's also fatal for us. We hit a Honden, but we don't want that. 6. Yeah, missing lands hurt us here. Yeah, so unfortunately our opponent had like what early responses to our stuff, so we couldn't really do anything. So these enchantments are great, but just not enough. Yeah, there's the land we needed. I needed to hit more. We did hit our card draw, but we just got heavy on this one here. And our opponent having the clutch the D-Spark was annoying. I guess I could have played a regular. I guess I could have just played the regular one so that our opponent, like, I had the option to Prison Realm. I could have used that. Also, our opponent having the Thought Erasure to snipe the Banishing Light. That one was really painful. So maybe instead of Prison Realm, I want another, like, an Ixalan's Binding or a Hieromancer's Cage. Both of them have a single white pip. So 2 lands, Prophetic Prism, cycle cast out if we have to. I'm willing to risk this one because some Sanctum helps hit our mana. Okay, but we do need to. We need to hit white though. Okay, we did not hit a land, but our point. So, Prophetic Prism. We probably will sack the Sphere at one point to hit the. Okay, we hit our land, so that's good news. So I now have to choose between hitting red and hitting green. Well, I can just use these to hit the other colors anyway. So our opponent is ramping up a bit. The Baffling End's not gonna hit Gitrog. Okay, let's do some math. If I play this, I only get 4 mana, which in case of emergency is good. So you know what? Oh, the command tower too, so we're gonna play this one first. Then next turn, command tower, infinite. So actually, if our opponent say just plays Gitrog and nothing else, I'll run Honda and the Seeing Winds. Our promise. We will deafening Clarion, I guess. No, the problem would be Field of the Dead. But we did buy ourselves a little time. I suppose I can wait too, so you know what? So next turn is infinite. So we hit the Clarion, but we do want to hit another burn spell. Gitrog monster. Opponent probably has a land. There you go. One more. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will have 6 mana, so I can in fact play Infinite Rage and Deafening Clarion. Yep, that's smart. So that's kind of why I make sure to always have basics. Yeah, so we're definitely hitting the Clarion for sure. We could also just hit the Gitrog monster instead, but so yeah, definitely want to add red. So first, okay, so we need, but we do need to start hitting the other shrines. I definitely want to cast Thirst of Meaning as a result. Yeah, we also need to kind of soft lock our. We need to also reset this Gitrog monster. So at least we have Banishing Light to do that. Excavator, play lands from graveyard. Oh, that's bad. Ghost Quarter is gonna keep coming back. I only have one more land to do this. I have the Prophetic Prism if I need to, but well, they took out the colorless land, so that's something. I probably could wait. This is tree, so I can actually snipe it with Baffling End. So yeah, we'll definitely stop that. We'll definitely stop that shenanigan. This shakes the world. Yeah, that's a given.
Together, we will prevail.
No, one thing we can do is whichever land they grow, we can just ping it.
Nature's true power.
So I need to do some math right now. So we got 3 mana, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's 9. That's not quite enough. I know this needs to go, so that's it gets hit by Baffling End. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have 9 mana. So first I need to ping something. We'll ping the Overgrown Tomb. Draw a few more cards. This is also one way to reset. I actually kind of forgot about this. So let's see. Definitely want white. So white, then I need to snipe the Excavator. That's the other thing. Oh wait, did I not play a land yet? Oh, I did not play a land yet. So this actually gives us black, so I have multiple options, but we're gonna do the clear the board option.
Fight on without me.
So our opponent has to recast Gitrog. We can reset it one more time. Thoughtseize probably wants to take out the cast out. They probably don't want to bother with Sanctum. Oh yeah, take out the cast out, that's correct. Now missing the mana to recast Gitrog. Elder Gargaroth, which we can actually ping. Like between this and Oath of Kaya, that's enough. Okay, hit more lands. And an Extinction Event, which we can kind of wait on. It's unfortunate that this is odd. There, opponent conceded already. They knew it's a matter of time before we're gonna start hitting all our stuff. We probably want to invest in Midnight Clock if I want to run... If I want to actually run the Sanctum of Calm Waters. But then again, having a double to the Honden is quite important, so I kind of want to keep that. I'm gonna... You know what, let's probably do one more. Because after this, after this, I'm going to have to... I'm going to be starting streaming, so I probably want to get this done on time. So let's do one more of this one. As I said, the deck is not perfect. We had to hit like... Well, we ended up hitting 2 of our 3 Rat effects. Correct. So this one's fine. I also kept all 5 Triumphs because there's a very good chance it's gonna hit one of these lands. There you go. So Ulamog, so this is colorless. So we're gonna go for Arcane Signet into Terrarian. Next turn we hit one more land, and I definitely want to hit Chromatic Lantern. The opponent hit their Chromatic Lantern also. Actually, I can already play the Honden, so you know what? We'll do that now. So this is not the best Honden, but it's still something, so I'm gonna leave it there. We need to start hitting our other removal stuff, so I probably should have actually cracked this one. There was no need to skimp on mana there. Because we need to start drawing cards soon. Like, when it hits a Scuttle, when it hits a Manifold Key, I think there's a combo incoming. Hold on, it's like, there's an escape. Yeah, definitely want to hit that, so play red. Hit the Sanctum. So I could actually just play the Sanctum out now, then place Sanctum into Chromatic Sphere, start drawing cards that way. Or I can just cast this. Yeah, this brings me down to 2 mana, so yeah, I kind of want to play this. And I'm doing this now so that when we go Escape to the Wilds, we have quite a few mana options. That said, it looks like our opponent is about to hit 10 mana, so that might be a concern. We don't have actual counters. We need to... Like, if our opponent right now has the Forsaken Monument, of the Skyclave Relic. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 mana to Ulamog, so we might lose these. So we're gonna get at least 1 shot. So let's go green. Okay, we hit some of our other Hondens. So I actually need to decide, like, I can cast out to nuke one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, our opponent's at 10 mana, so some more math. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 mana. Yeah, our opponent could just crack this, and yeah, opponent could crack that anyway, so I'm gonna force them to do it now. On the other hand, I could have saved this because our opponent was already about to hit their mana anyway. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I should probably concede at this point. Opponent's about to cast Ulamog, and I just goofed up by using the one piece of removal that can hit it. Also, our setup was quite slow. I'm not gonna take of it. And if I'm lucky, he snipes the mana. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, this one went out of hand. So pretty much what I'm trying to figure out how. Well, our opponent had the Scuttlemutt. I think what we should have done is we should have baffling ended that as soon as possible. Basically, try to cut our opponent's mana down. It does give us a good reason to run a copy of Night of Autumn. In fact, I may want to start looking into the. I want to start looking into the double colored stuff. Like it's possible we could simply just run Niv Mizzet instead. It's another way to draw cards, although we will miss out on all the shrines that we hit. But we might be able to hit. Like if we skip on the Jegantha, we can use it to shooter up other stuff, so that's another plan. Okay, this one. Opponent's also playing Kenrith. We don't have any of our shrines in hand now, but we do have a decent enough start. Basically turn to Arcane Signet. That's Master's Curse. Yeah, we're gonna go for the. Yeah, we're gonna go for the turn 2 Signet. We can cast out the curse if we need to. Though this one only triggers on creatures, so the only way I'm gonna take damage is if I play the green shrine, that would also ding me down to Faeburrow Elder. So yep, that's a definite Clarion target if there is one. Like any possible combo to generate more mana, we should knock out. If there's anything I learned from the previous game, that is definitely it. Okay, opponent's now stuck. Opponent concedes there. Opponent probably realized that we're not exactly the deck that we're not exactly a creature playing deck, so the curse has done it. Yeah, I could see a version that's more controlling. Like I could drop a lot of the artifacts in favor of other forms of removal. Now, I could have run Assassin's Trophy instead of Mythos of Netroid. The reason I chose that is there is always going to be the odds that I won't have a native green. So I would much rather just be able to destroy a creature if I need to. So, tree lands. Yeah, we're keeping this. Definitely Triumph turn 1 because we are running quite a few check lands. Okay, we hit our 1 plane, so not exactly right. We also have 2 of our pieces of removal. Again, there's probably an argument where I don't run this Honden because this is the weakest one of the bunch. Okay, we did hit a Calyx though, so that's something. This is Ketria Triumph, so I'm gonna run this in black. So next turn, if I don't have anything good to do, I probably just put Jegantha in. Always threaten a creature if we can. Also, our opponent not sacking this. Yeah, it looks like they might be having land troubles. They must have a really good hand if that's what they kept. But I'm definitely like I have green. Yeah, I have all 5 colors unless our opponent has land removal. I have this in case of emergency. Opponent hitting the explore. We'll probably hit the land by now. Okay. So they're definitely gonna sack this for a mountain. That said, we do have multiple options if our opponent goes for Omnath, like between the Solar Blaze and the Extinction event. Okay, Gold is tempting. Okay, we hit the Sanctum. That was probably Definitely want to replay the Guild Globe. No, I'm actually gonna bin the Guild Globe. I could have actually just played the Guild Globe and the opponent goes for but plays the land first, which is weird. It's nice that they're all even, actually, so... We do need to hit the land, though, But we do need to hit the land. Island World Sculptor. Okay, we did not hit the land, but the good news is that that's all even. But we kind of used up all our... Well, not quite. We still have Calyx, Honden combo, but very clunky. I don't know if our opponent has some... Okay. Opponent actually running all that out first before running this out. I guess it does make sense. It takes out a lot of lands, but it takes out a lot of landfall triggers as well, so... It's interesting. Okay, we hit the Terrarian 2, 3. Because I do need to hit this if I want to say hit this or this. On the other hand, I can just hit this first. Nice thing about Jegantha is like, oh, it will pay for itself. Opponents, okay, they hit their land. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but okay, no Genesis Ultimatum at least. But probably something big enough to worry me. I really want to play Jegantha soon, but I might be forced to play Calyx and just -3. I don't know. Yeah, like using the... I could have waited. Okay, this is a Vital.
shelter in my stewardship.
That might be a better target, actually.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
This is exile. No, we can't hit it. Exile target creature enchantment. Well, it untaps the land, so I guess that was just a +1 mana. We're gonna take 2 damage. We don't exact. Whenever your land controls enters the battlefield, you may draw a card. Hoping our opponent takes that one down. Okay, we did hit the land at last, just a bit late. So this only exiles a creature or enchantment, so if I exile Omnat, it just resets it. I might actually just play Arcane Signet. Take the initial hit for now. Let's figure out what to do next afterwards. But yeah, we got stuck. We got stuck on lands for a while. Opponent might. I'm hoping our opponent takes this down, so I don't have to. Wait, so well, even more insane amounts of mana and a terror. Okay, this might be a problem. Now I kind of wish I did not. I did not use these way too early. I only have a Deafening Clarion now. It's not gonna hit these.
Harness the elements.
11, 12, 13, 14. I can Calyx the Terror, but I can the Terror of the Peaks, but that might be it. Yeah, we took way too long. We got how many turns were we stuck on 4 lands? And I think that sequence was a bit of a mistake. The correct play might have been to just play the Arcane Signet, open ourselves up. At least with the Jegantha, we would have had way more mana than opponent has escape also. Into an Uro as well. Ugh. So this does create a good argument for not running the Jegantha version of this build. Like, it opens up the possibility of Kaya's Wrath or Wrath of God. It's like, it gives us more reset switches, which is actually quite important. One actually has another land play, so it's really scoots one as well. It's possible we're dead already. Yeah, we took way too long. Yeah, I'm actually gonna concede at this point. We're about to take 6 damage from. We're about to take 6 damage from Uro already. So yeah, we messed that one up. I was too. Yeah, we needed that land earlier. Oh, we have to note that we don't exactly have quite a lot of land draw. Like, we don't exactly have a lot of cycling. I guess there's time for one more. Like in 20 minutes, I kind of want to upload this video first. I guess, yeah, let's just do one more. I can start a little late. So, not so bad. And this is why I have the all planes set up, so at least with one dual land, I know I can guarantee play any check land. Not too much a fan of this though. We need to hit more. And this is an artifact-ish build. We do have the Banishing Light to reset the Ugin once. Okay, Forest, Island, Mountain. We need to play Swamp, so I actually need to play this one first. So basically, Sanctum Stonefangs start taking life a little bit in our favor. Okay, there's another Sanctum. That helps us. So next, so if our opponent doesn't nuke Well, if they nuke this one, we get the planes out of it, so we can still play Cliff Top. Against Endurant, we can kind of wait. So next turn, Myriad Construct. So this is when it becomes the target of a spell. So enchantments are fair game. One, two. Okay, makes enchantments cost less. So what I can do is play Starfield Mystic, play Prison Realm. It will not trigger the construct. We hit the Glacial Fortress that we might actually be okay with, because what I can do is prepare to run, or I can just run the Chromatic Lantern. Yeah, listen. I hope this is not a mistake. I'm going to, because my plan now is just to play Triumph Lantern Vanishing Light. Set up Kenrith next turn. Yeah, we have to remember we do have a commander. We might as well play it. So I actually want to save this. One trick we can do is swing with Starfield Mystic. Does he have? He has the mana to remove target attacking or blocking creature. So yeah. Probably just removes it from combat. Oh, it did not. Yeah, he could have removed. He could have removed either one from combat. I guess he opted not to. Now there's the 6 mana. We're gonna see an Ugin. Opponent probably wants to snipe, because this can hit Planeswalkers. No, going for the creature, going for the card draw. So kind of wish I had the land now, but I can kind of reset the Ugin at least. I can save that for later. We gave our opponent a card, not ideal. Opponent goes to a big Ugin. Yeah, this is a problem. We see little Ugin, we get comfortable. Opponent runs out big Ugin. Yeah, take action, move to mana zone. We are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, so I can't recast this. The most I can do is like recast this, just stem the bleeding. But yeah, the colorless decks are kind of having a field day right now. Oh, let's play Jegantha right now. Because at least if I play Jegantha, But now, yeah, this is a problem. Don't replace this, snipes this. Yeah, I can save the game at this point. So
consider the consequences of your
we were.
freedom.
Our opponent didn't exactly accelerate that much. I guess what really happened was just... Yeah, we had to answer the 3 and the 4 drop. That was the problem. So, not exactly tuned, but sometimes you can get it to work, and sometimes it just doesn't work. So, yeah, one more. Opponent playing Clotis, so we won't be getting much use from Dance of Demands at this rate, but... Let's see, 2 mana, we can... Like, this is normally ideal. We have a lot of Hondens, but... I'm not taking the risk with this one. We need to hit mana. Okay, we hit some Hondens. So definitely keeping this one. Turn 2 Signet allows us to... gives us multiple options. It has land or else. Let's see. Zagot, so we do need red. So next turn I can actually just play the Hollow... I can actually play Triome or Hallowed Fountain. I'll probably play Triome. Run out this Sanctum, then run out this Sanctum, then let's see if we can get... Ooh, opponent having to run the Explore early is very good for us. Oh, they did hit, but... So next turn Clotis is annoying. Oh, they actually had the mana. A Braid to destroy it. That's fine. Because we still... It slows this down, but... It gives us options. Like, I can play this down, then I can just Thirst for Meaning. If our opponent plays something big, like the Questing Beast, it gives me the option to Mythos of Netroid. Or Seal Away, but I don't think that's gonna land. We are still 1 mana shy of... Well, opponent hit the Coco. They hit 1 land. So next turn they're gonna hit a big bunch. Health Collector. Now, based on the creatures they have, I want to save up the Deafening Clarion. So, as Honden is seeing wins, since we know our opponent's gonna go for the 1 big sideways turn, they're not gonna resist Coco, that's for sure. In fact, they have the mana to play everything. They can just play this. So I'm only hoping that the Pelt Collector doesn't get too out of hand. Opponent just... Yeah, opponent will run the Coco, it's already there. So we do get 1 reset switch. Oh, they kind of whiff, so that's also good news for us. Scavenging Ooze. Perfect. Take 2. Draw cards. Okay. So I kind of want to hit red. So red and white. So I want to play the Ketria Triumph. And you know what? Let's play the Golden Egg. I want to draw a card. Setessan. Okay, so if our opponent somehow has a creature that ETB's tapped, we can buy some time that way. Opponent is now forced to just play focus and nothing else. I kind of wish I was running more blue. That would give us access to like control magic effects, but actually something to consider. We might want a control magic effect. But we did survive that one initial hit with... Okay, we're just hitting lands and lands. So... Okay, definitely blue. Because we're gonna cast Thirst for Meaning first. At least we have 2 lands we have 2 lands we can ditch. Oh, wow. So, decline the enchantment. We're instead gonna ditch Sacred Foundry and Godless Shrine. I'll play the Aether Hub. Gonna play Setessan Champion. In theory, I could get the Arcane Signet back, but not really worth it. So we're gonna be relying on Kenrith and Jegantha to do the heavy hitting now. At least we're At least we're drawing 2 cards a turn. That's kind of the good news. I might actually just sack this for food. Bone Crusher Giant, sure. So I'm definitely going to save the seal away. In fact, if I just sack this for food, there's no good reason not to. Well, actually there is a good reason not to, but it's going to eat through all our stuff anyway, so it's probably a minor issue. Opponent goes Primal Might. Yeah, takes some damage themselves. Wipes out the champion before he draws even more cards, which does make sense. So there's another Sanctum that I don't really want. So we can actually cycle. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to actually hit with Kenrith. So let's go white. Yeah, if our opponent... Okay. No, opponent concedes right there. They don't have anything against the Kenrith, and they figured we'd have an out to the sea. They figured we'd have an out anyway. So there we go. That's Shrines for you, and... Well, in that case, we can thank our opponent for overextending, thank the Escape to the Wells for giving our opponent that Fatal Coco. But... there you go. We actually managed to hit our game. So, and as I want to thank Johan again for making that suggestion. You might want to try one without Jegantha. It's there as really more of like Plan C, but I don't think many games reach that point. So, you have more options that way. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great day.